Okay, so there are tons of possibilities within layer masks. So I'm going to just give you a quick overview of how layer masks work and why you would want to use them. So I have two layers right here, 1, 2. And what I want to do actually is I want to take this little dandelion and place it in the center of the bird's nest. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my top layer and I'm actually going to lower the opacity of it so I can kind of get a sense of where I want to place it. So I can still see it. Whoops, not too high, not too low. All right, so, and I'm going to change the size of it so I can move it around. When I want to change the size, I can go Edit, Transform, and just hit Transform. All right, so I always do Command T, and then you get, that's the shortcut, and you get this bounding box, and I can start making it a little bit smaller maybe, and just lining up that dandelion right where I would like for it to be, right inside of there. I like the shadow as well, but let's see, where do I want it to be? Right about here, right about there. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I'm going to up the opacity of it. Now what I want to do now is create a layer mask, then I'm just going to have this shine through. So when you create a layer mask, you come on down, I click onto this layer, let me place it. Whenever you see this box you need to place it, just hit onto the move tool and apply. Now I can do a layer mask. This is the little layer mask guy right here. Add a layer mask. Now I see my layer mask. Whenever this is white, it reveals the image. When it is black, the image is hidden. So I'm going to make sure I'm clicked onto here and I'm going to come on over. I'm going to say Edit, Fill, and I am going to fill it with black. And say, okay, now I don't see the image anymore. So what I want to do is I want to reveal the center where that dandelion is. So this is what I need to do. I need to make sure that I am clicked onto here. See when I'm clicked on to the black box, how I have white and black in my swatches. Now watch if I click onto the image, that disappears. So again, it's real important. Make sure you're clicked on the right spot inside of there. I can see my little mask window right in here. I'm going to go and I'm going to grab my brush. Now, when white is on the top, I will reveal the image. So I'm going to come in, I'm just going to reveal a whole big part of this image. I can make it a little bit bigger, even. Because I'm going to reveal a whole bunch of it. Then I'll put it back in and take it back away. Just want to have as much of it showing as possible. Actually, you know what? You know what's kind of cool too? I'm going to go back a little bit further because sometimes what's really kind of fun is if you actually lower the opacity on your brush, and then it comes in at a slower pace. So you can see it. We do it again, it becomes more clearer. All right, now what I'm going to want to do now is I'm going to want to come in here nice and close and get rid of these other areas. So I could even, come in and click and have some areas be more opaque than others and show through in a different kind of way. Now I can take some of these away. If I wanted to take this away, what would I do? Well, I would put black up on top. And then that's what's really great about layer masks is you can really keep going back in and out and working with your selection. Now I would also always encourage you to go even smaller with your pixels. Zoom in. Be nice and close. Take things away. You can get in as close as you possibly want to. I can come on in here, I can add more in here, and really get a really good sense of what it is that I am working with. So there we have it. Keep working on this a little bit more. I want to see more of this. And then also, start taking it away. So I want to put black up on top. So that's the story with this. I think you probably are getting a decent sense of how this all works. And there's so many different ways that we could work with this. We could totally work with it with self-portraits too. Let's do another example. So here I have this self-portrait of myself. I could get rid of my background. So I would always say, you know, hey, you do the editing that you want to do. So I can come on in here. I can make a selection. First thing first is I want to get rid of this background. So I can come on in. I can grab my selection tool. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. I'm just selecting it. It's okay if it's not perfect. I'll hit delete. Great. Now I'm going to deselect, Command D. To deselect, it would be select, deselect, depending upon, that is what it is on the Mac. I'm going to create a new layer behind me. Oopsie. I'm going to put a color. So I'm going to come on up, edit, fill. I'll just put in white. Okay, there we go. Now I could come back into and, you know, even if I select this image, let's see if I come on in, I go edit. Here, let me see this here. So if I want to select this, I can refine my edge as well. So maybe I want to do that to give a little bit of a different look. Select, select, select. Then I can click refine edge. If I wanted to, I could feather the edge a little bit. All right, so again, it doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to add a whole bunch of things and a cool background and all that good stuff. All right, so now I could come in and I could play around with filters. There's tons of filters in here. So I'm going to come to filter gallery. Maybe I will just come in, and this is actually a watercolor. So why not? I'll say okay. And there we have it. Now I can come on in. I'm going to actually turn this even into a black and white image, image adjustments, black and white. Say okay. Now I'm going to file, I'm going to place an image, file, place, find an image to work with, place. Now again, I need to rasterize this image as well, so I can come on in, image, let's see, first thing is to place it, place, image adjustments, layer, rasterize, smart object, great. I want to actually reveal myself through this. Now, I'm going to actually make this a black and white image as well, so I'm going to come on in, image, adjustments, black and white, make everything kind of work together. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself, and I didn't even need the white background, I just put it in anyway. I'm going to crop this whole image. I'm going to have myself kind of coming through in a different kind of way. Maybe this size is decent, or maybe I'm going to change it up a little bit. So I'll click in right in here. I'll put myself more in the back over here. What I always say to students is make sure that you hold down Shift when you pull the corner so you don't distort the relationship between the width and the height. All right, so here we have it. There I am. And what I want to do is have the landscape be revealed through my portrait. So I'm going to take this image of myself, put it underneath this image, take this image, and I am going to put a layer mask on this image. I'm going to fill it with black, edit, fill it with black. Okay, and then come on in. I'm gonna crop it all just a little bit more. Great. And I'm going to grab the brush. I'm going to grab a nice bigger brush. I'm going to lower the opacity. Oopsie. All right, see, I'm clicked on the wrong thing, so I'm putting pink in. That's not what I want to do. So let me come back on into the history. I need to make sure that I'm clicked onto this, that white is up on top. All right, so there we have it. Lots of fun, so many things to do, so many possibilities working with layer masks. I'll leave it at that. Thanks so much.